and welcome everyone, Stormy Sensei here. Now we're going to be playing some Honkai Star Rail. Got a lot of ground to cover. We're still in the middle of the 2.7 story. I'm pretty sure it's going to reset right now. So just be patient. Kind of cool that you're able to like play on multiple devices. It creates a serious like server database client disconnect, which is why when I play the game on my mobile and then play it again on my PS5 and then back in, and then they get confused as to where I should actually be. Good evening, Litopia. Alright, I don't know why I know why the story isn't showing anything, because I'm not in the right setup. But you know, before I actually do the story, I do have a good amount of energy to use up, so let's go ahead and just quickly do that. This person, reality, they like keep on swapping out their characters.
May song bring us victory, harmony and unison.
I can't thank you enough.
I'll free you from disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Who's next?
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all!
This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path. To doubt farewell.
I'll end your misery. I'll free you from your disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Who's next? I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Don't mess with me. I'll free you from your disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Remember, Star Rail is a turn-based game.
Thanks.
Although serenity is before me.
What a... Don't mess with me. I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. I'll end your misery.
Get them!
I heard the call. Torn to doubt farewell.
What a headache. I'll end your misery.
muscles.
Watch over you and guide you on your path.
I'll end your misery. Bending the rules. I'm gonna hold everyone back and protect me.
I can't thank you enough. Serenity is before me.
Don't know who's next. I'll end your misery. Time for a lesson.
Get them!
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Bending the rules. Who's next? I'll end your misery. Time for a lesson.
Get them!
What a headache. I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Bending the rules. I'll free you from disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Time for a lesson.
I mean, usually 1088 is fine, but I want to go better than fine. You know, you're gonna run the DPS. I'm also in the process of farming for Clara as well. You know, just make sure that everyone is nice and strong. It's not really much to use my power, Trailblaze power on anyway. Oh man, there's just only one more to get this level 10. Or I can make it 9 more to get to level 10. Guess I'll wait until tomorrow. Alright, now we're on to the story. That only took 10 minutes. That's like a new record for me, basically. So, basically, where we are in the story, Sunday had just talked to Welt and Mr. 1 Week. And we are about to say farewell to Robin, even though we're going to have a disguise. She won't see that it's us. Now, I'm pretty sure that I heard that Robin's voice is not voiced in this scene because of the scheduling conflicts with the voice actor.
I don't think you need a bystander in this scenario. Go on ahead.
Which is why I now think that Hoyo should start working on a way to rewatch old scenes, even if it's with the old voice actors. It's like if you're watching for the story, if you're playing for the story, which a lot of people are, I feel like it's kind of important. I mean, we do have Fate's Atlas now, so...
I didn't expect to see you here, Miss Robin.
It's nice to meet you, miss. May I know your name?
My name is
Swan Week. I'm a member of the Nightingale family.
Oh, you're a Dreamweaver. Thank you for all your hard work. You all are the reason the Dreamscape has been able to recover from this crisis.
Guess I was wrong. Robin is actually voiced, so that's good. Or maybe they added the voice after the fact.
Too kind, Miss Robin. You must be very busy. What brings you here to Dream's Edge?
I'm taking a break. I wanted to find a quiet place to relax. Ideally somewhere where I could see the stars. Before I knew it, I'd walked all the way here. I know these stars only exist in the dream, but...
Well, perhaps the dreamscape is not so different from reality. When we look up into the night sky, the stars aren't really there. The glimmering lights we see are merely the images of stars from...
Technically true. Scientifically, yeah.
So, have we ever truly seen a real sky full of stars?
You're very philosophical, Miss Swanweek. You remind me of someone I know. Do you work nearby?
She already knows.
No. Today is my rest day. There's going to be a show later, so I came early to find a good seat.
A show? Here?
It's somewhere farther away. They say it's a farewell performance. The kind that's better to listen to from afar than watch it performed live.
I see. In that case, the observation deck is a good choice. You can see all of Penacony from here. Distance can make some things appear more beautiful.
Miss Robin, may I stay here with you to gaze at the stars before the show begins?
Of course. You don't have to be so courteous. I should be the one asking. This is Dream's Edge after all, and the Dreamweavers are its true masters.
Still, these stars are unfamiliar to me. I don't recognize any of them, and it makes me feel uneasy.
What makes you feel this way? Is it because the sky is so far away, or because it's the unknown?
Perhaps it's both. The Stellaron disaster may not have had any real consequences, but many guests still chose to check out. Now the hotel feels quieter than before. It makes me wonder what Penacony's future will be like. I just hope it will not negatively affect you, Miss Robin.
You're too kind. I'll be fine. The disaster was unexpected, but because of it, I was able to witness many pasts and think about many futures. My only real regret is that I left some things unsaid.
Did the person you wanted to say them to leave?
Yes. He left in such a hurry that I didn't even get the chance to say goodbye.
Hey there to Wobster and Pokemon Tojo. How's it going?
Sometimes, what's in your heart doesn't need to be dressed up in words. Maybe he already knows what you wanted to say.
But don't you think we should put in some effort when we want to encourage someone?
If you don't mind me asking, who is it that you wish to encourage?
someone who experienced failure recently and is about to embark on a long journey.
There are many such people in Encoder. Failure is like the setting sun to a dream chaser. It's something that happens every day. I believe they all have the willpower to start anew. Especially after receiving a smile from you, Miss Robin.
But he's different. He's stronger than most ordinary people, but because of it, people have this misconception. They think that when he falls, he will stand back up faster than anyone else.
Are you saying that's not true?
It's not. Because before he stands up again, he will hesitate and agonize for ages over whether that is the right course of action.
Failure may be a good thing for someone like that. Being able to reflect on one's actions is a valuable quality to have.
I'm not normally a mouth flaps guy, but they were especially lazy with Robin's. I guess because she didn't have the voice lines in time for this version to ship. But she's basically just like frowning and then occasionally opening her mouth just a little bit. If you missed it already, yeah, I'm sorry for pointing it out, and it's probably going to be the only thing you can focus on going forward. But I haven't seen anything this bad since Oleg.
You may be right, but I still hope that he'll never change.
Why is that?
Because I have faith in the person I remember him to be. He may have taken the wrong approach when he failed, but I don't think he had the wrong intentions. We once stood together at the same starting line, but now it's his turn.
Thanks a lot, Stormy. That's the only thing I can see. Yeah, it's really egregious.
I believe he'll find the right path, even if he has to do it alone. We don't have to soar into the sky together, because I know we'll reunite one day, up there in the clouds.
I hope so.
Miss 1 week, may I ask a favor? There's a jigsaw here I'd like to finish before I leave.
You already know it's a Charmony Dove. That's the only thing everyone ever talks about.
Maybe I'll be able to fill in the missing pieces.
The dream jigsaw. I see. I'll do my best.
Don't worry if you can't find them. Just think of it as us taking a walk together.
I'm still inexperienced, so let's just hope we get lucky.
Thank you anyway. I expect the first jigsaw piece will be a part of the starry sky. As for the other piece, I hope it will symbolize wings.
I wonder if I was given a temporary Robin. Nope. Just the temporary Sunday.
It seems we've been blessed with good fortune today.
Is this...
May your sky be forever radiant.
It seems familiar.
Another Dreamweaver probably left this behind. It's a habit for this profession. They hope to use these blessings as a foundation for the dreamscape.
This one here is one of my favorite NPCs. It's like Ray 789 or something like that. She is a Intellitron, but she actually used to be a garbage disposal unit, and she was basically she's the story of Wall-E. Basically, she was programmed to collect trash and whatnot, but the civilization that she was collecting trash for like died out forever ago, and she was wandering about the space just cleaning up, and then she came across some raiders that like destroyed her and like basically scrapped her, and so she basically was lost consciousness, consciousness quote unquote, for a long amount of time that isn't really specified. And then she woke up in the body of how she is now, with some memories of what she was before.
Oh, it's Robin. I'm a big fan. I don't get to attend every single one of your concerts, but I watch the recordings of each of them at least once. I love all of your songs. Oh, gosh, I wish I could tell the whole world about this.
Thank you for your support. I'll keep doing my best.
I don't think you need a bystander in this scenario.
The second jigsaw piece. Is this a pair of wings or a decoration made of feathers?
Maybe it's somewhere in between the two. It's a pair of broken wings.
We should keep looking.
It's okay. Let's use this one.
There's so much in between the lines there.
We have enough. Let's go back.
The way that Sunday wanted to keep looking for a better, more perfect pair of wings, and Robin was like, it's okay, these are fine. Why does this not fit anywhere? I guess it fits here in the middle. Oh, interesting. It snaps when because I kind of put the first piece there. I'm pretty sure in a previous patch it would have just gone back over to the pool of pieces.
It's done. Have a look. Soon I shall travel to those unfamiliar stars, none of which I recognize.
It's a pretty nice one. The parting siblings. I don't like it enough to save it though.
But as long as you continue
I'm
to
not
gaze
particularly
upon them,
drawn to either of these characters.
then those unfamiliar stars will one day be the place of our reunion.
You still couldn't bear to say goodbye in the end. Maybe I'm stronger than you think. You must try to relax on your long journey. Brother.
That didn't seem like a perfect goodbye.
It's enough. I only meant to stay quietly by her side for a bit. did you do those unnecessary things?
What things?
Those 2 notes. If someone finds them, they can be used as evidence against her.
Huh. So you can do whatever you want as many times as you want, but I can't?
I wonder what Mr. One Week's relationship to
I
Sunday
don't want to live
and
with
Robin
regret
is.
for the rest of my life either.
Live with regret.
We're almost done saying our goodbyes, right?
Yes. We only have one last stop. But before we leave, I have a question I'd like to ask you, Mr. Yang. I'm curious. Why did you become a nameless?
Why the sudden interest?
I always had a feeling that you would never give up on someone who needed help. After spending time with you, I'm even more convinced of this assessment. At this very moment, there are countless worlds above the sky still waiting for the arrival of the Astral Express. Yet you and your companions have chosen to stay here. All for an old friend you never knew, and a notorious fugitive. To trailblaze means to forge ahead. Yet, you stop and spend precious time on people just passing by. All the while you know this is the natural course of action.
That's not what I think at all. Besides, the watchmaker also made a similar choice.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, he bid farewell to the Express and never walked among the stars again in his lifetime.
Not all journeys lead to the stars. Even if we leave the Express, some trailblazing paths will still continue. You can think of it this way. The title of Nameless doesn't belong to any one person. Each individual will have their own view of what it means to walk this path and will always try their best, no matter the situation. The goal of my trailblazing is not the unknown world, but every living being who exists under the stars. In my homeland, the name Welt means world. It suggests that each person is a world unto themselves, and that we harbor as many possibilities as the distant stars. The connections I gain on my journey are what is most precious to me.
I wonder if he's referring to IRL Earth or if he's referring to Honkai Impact 3rd.
This is my way of the trailblaze and the reason why I decided to stay here.
Why me?
Like I said before, I left my home in a hurry too. I know how you feel right now.
Well, this is definitely a reference to
I also
Honkai Impact
know
3rd.
that a person will only be able to truly face themselves once they've decided to say goodbye to their past. The same way you are doing right here, right now. There was never a third person with us, was there?
I told you he'd find out.
I should have known nothing could escape your keen eyes. Since you already know 1 week's secret, there's no need for me to build up suspense. Let's go. We'll head straight for the finale and take our final bow in this farewell performance.
Was never a third person with us? Oh, so 1 week isn't actually a third person? Interesting. What does that mean, though? That he's like a projection of the of the harmony in general? We have to fight a boss here. They should have a difficult mode. That'd be cool.
can hide your appearance, but trespassing on restricted family grounds is still a bold move.
Don't worry, I won't take too much time. I was a child when I first visited the Grand Theater. I remember seeing the light behind the curtains from here and believing it to be the morning star guiding me toward the land of the dreams. When I returned here many years later as the head of the Oak family, I finally learned that the light was actually a stellar.
Oh, that's a really well-kept secret. He rose all through the ranks of the family, all the way up to the head, and only then, when he was already the head and also visiting the Grand Theater as a secret leader of the Order, did he find out that it was actually a Stellaron.
Now that you've returned to the stage, what are you planning to do?
Prepare for my departure. I've always believed that a person's starting point should also be his last stop.
Everything comes full circle, so to speak.
Have you ever seen the elderly at the end of their lives? As they welcome their final moments, they invariably raise their hands, stretching their arms into the emptiness. Much like how babies also stretch their arms into the air when they are first born. Humanity flaps their wings twice as they complete their journey. Once when they are born, and once when they die. In order to flap my own wings and soar again. I will say goodbye. Here. To the me of yesterday. I really hate this face. My expressions feel so dull, lifeless.
So when Sunday was saying like, oh, Mr. 1 Week is better at controlling the harmony than I am, and I was like, wow, 1 Week must be really good if that's the case. It's really just him, but not being rusty.
I see. That explains why something always felt off about your appearance. The halo above your head that symbolizes the harmony, it's been missing since the moment we reunited.
It's true that this ring was bestowed upon our people by the heavens. That doesn't mean it can't be thrown away. While I was in the gallery of thoughts, at the entrance of the dream, I chose to completely sever the halo from myself.
Why?
I am a fugitive, after all. I must remove any chance of being detected by the family.
Yeah, so you're saying that for the Dreamscape he doesn't have the halo, which is reasonable because you can completely choose what your appearance going into the Dreamscape.
Another reason is to feel pain. A pain like falling from the sky with broken wings that can keep me awake. This is how I can cast aside all the blessings of the harmony and the order, and for the first time in my life, enter the sweet dream as an ordinary person.
Is that also how Mr. 1 Week came into this world?
No. You wouldn't believe the real story even if he told you. He was born from an accident. One that you're actually quite familiar with.
The same one with Ting Yun, maybe?
It was that try not to laugh
Yeah.
challenge. Quite embarrassing, to be
He
honest.
split himself.
I was roaming around as an ordinary person when I unfortunately fell into that Pepeshi's trap. The prank that fragmented Miss
And now that explains why
also
these two are
divided
in the
my
same story together.
fragile self into two.
Are you saying that he's a part of you? That's quite surprising given that you two look nothing
It's the
alike.
Dreamscape, you can change your appearance.
You could say he's another possibility of me. I too was once a child, with aspirations buried deep within. Over time, those childhood voices grew increasingly faint. Maybe if I had made a small change in my childhood, I would have turned out to be exactly like him. What a pity. Failing to become a better version of yourself. So, my final farewell will be like that of Miss Ting-Yun. I will perform a tuning on myself and return to my complete form. And this also means that 1 week will vanish for good. That's why I said this was the last stop. Is there a possibility that you will be the one who disappears? No. This is a foregone conclusion. But who's to say there won't be any changes? Maybe deep down, I'm also anticipating this possibility.
Regardless of the outcome, you will have a witness. I'll be waiting for you in the audience.
Much appreciated. Now, shall we begin? Anticipating this possibility, you've really changed. In the past, you wouldn't have tolerated any noise at all. I'm about to embark on an unknown journey where it will be impossible to maintain my orderly life. I will have to navigate unexpected surprises, much like today. You're not ready at all, are you? I feel unsettled, maybe even scared. Ever since I left Penacony, I could no longer control everything. Don't flatter yourself. You can't control anything. But isn't that how it is for most people? My fear of the unknown may be a weakness, but your presence has shown me that surprises aren't always bad. Meeting you has been a great help to me, and I'm glad to have discovered this side of myself. I also feel grateful for the opportunity to tell you this in person. I truly dislike you. What? Are you sure you didn't mean the opposite? I must admit, many of your qualities strike a chord with me. There are times when I want to joke around, freely express my thoughts, or openly share my dislike of a person. Or my fondness. I want to tell her that I love all her songs.
Yeah, okay.
Go for it, Sonny. You always talk about locking the bird in the cage, but you're the one who's trapped.
That was such a minor throwaway scene when 1 week gushed about meeting Robin. And like, I should have put 2 and 2 together. That's good writing. I like this scene a lot. I like everything since we started this segment of the quest.
Look at yourself. Besides discipline and hesitation, there's nothing else in your life. If you continue living like a slab of marble, you'll break into pieces when you fall. But I won't become like you. I simply can't. I dislike people who are frivolous. It makes me uncomfortable to even emulate them. If I fail, I will still uphold my principles, such as decorum and stateliness. As for the harmony, my stance remains the same. Whether it's you or the paths, if what I once doubted, or even opposed, becomes the force I must rely on in the future, then this time, my true heart will guide the tuning. I'll leave it to you. What is this? Leaving your fate entirely up to a coin flip? This isn't like you at all. Did you lose your mind after being run over by the Express? Or were you possessed by that IPC gambler?
Proof that the devs listen to or like read through the Hoyo Lab content creators and watch memes and whatnot.
Failure is always the best teacher. To save more lives, you must first understand what they live for and what they die for. The best way to achieve this is through personal experience. You see? I'm already starting to make changes. Whether it's us merging or one of us disappearing, I'll leave the tuning to fate. And see if I can embrace all that I detest. Only then will I truly be able to walk among the living in their world. But what if you can't do it? Well, that's out of my hands. It will just prove that I'm still the same person. The person who always disappoints his sister. Falling is just another name for flying. That's why I rejoice at my broken wings. Step into the mortal world to see how it truly is. Then, be born as a human and die as one.
That was good storytelling.
And with my last breath, I'll join the weak in reaching my hands toward the sky. On the planet of festivities, whatever identities I once had, they no longer matter. It's not the gods who answer us, but ourselves from the future. I don't have much to say, but as it's time to part ways, here's one last piece of advice. When telling jokes, be sincere. Don't sweat the details, and above all, don't explain them every time. Never mind. Maybe it's better for you not to joke at all. No objections from me. This is so annoying. How did I become so dull? Well, despite everything, try not to be too hard on yourself. There will always be people who are sad. Planet of festivities, land of the dreams. I say goodbye to my home. Should one desire to leave the stage for good,
One must first step back onto the stage.
as expected, the trickiest thing is tuning yourself. These dissonant sounds are much too harsh.
Fiends or devils. I'll crush them all. Conflict is noisy.
I can't thank you enough. Serenity is before me.
Follow my charge.
This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path.
Here. Show no mercy.
1,000 wonders to raise your spirits. Fight as one.
50% on turn 1.
Need not fade away. Follow me to the stars.
Conflict is stay captive.
You'll overcome the thorn corner to doubt farewell.
Here is thunder.
Can you talk?
Sing mercy. Conflict is fierce.
Time has come. Let it be revealed. Is it inevitable for me?
Noisy.
Welcome, customers.
Fiends or devils. I'll crush them all.
This mortal form.
Should have waited, but it's okay.
Guide you on your path.
A blazer, kind of rough. But I've got Ho-Ho's light cone, so it works out.
1,000 wonders to raise your spirit. Fight as one.
Stay put.
I can't thank you enough. Tormented doubt, farewell.
Follow my charge.
Here, get thunder.
Let's be friends.
Noisy.
You'll pay for that.
There's no time to lose.
Show no mercy.
I'm gonna hold everyone back again.
Get them.
I heard the call. Serenity is before me.
Conflict is fierce.
Welcome, customers. A 1,000 wonders to raise your spirits. Fight as one.
This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path.
Show no mercy. Fiends or devils. I'll crush them all. Conflict is pity sorely noise.
On this 8th day, I grant myself departure.
Well, how should I address you now? Mr. Sunday or Mr. One Week?
Whichever you prefer. He's probably mocking me from inside right now. Thank you for accompanying me through all this, Mr. Yang. This farewell journey has come to an end.
What are your plans after leaving Penacony?
At this point, there's no need to hide things from you. I believe there's more to the incident involving the Stellaron on Penacony.
Are you suggesting that the Dream Master wasn't the one controlling the Stellaron?
Oh, please don't make it be the destruction.
Don't worry. The Oak family was indeed behind seizing the Stellaron and resurrecting the fallen Eon during the Charmony Festival. You've already defeated them. But Mr. Gopherwood once told me that all the Order's efforts were aimed at avoiding the same mistakes that the Harmony made. My guess is that the family from the Montour system must be involved. Unfortunately, too much time has passed to verify that. Penacony is just a small territory, and even the family heads with their authority cannot enter the sacred site of the Harmony and inquire about the true will of the Great One. worst-case scenario. If Shippei turned a blind eye, how could the strong defending the weak hold up? Mr. Yang, I just want to tell you this. The Harmony has more than one side. They can be the most steadfast ally of the Astral Express, or the most fearsome enemy.
Thank you for being honest with me. The efforts of the crew on Penacony were driven by the same concern. After all this, the Harmony and the Preservation will keep the situation on the planet of festivities in balance. With the momentum from the Trailblaze, more forces will arrive and Penacony will become a public space in the cosmos. Freedom is the only answer the Nameless can offer. I'm glad that Penacony needs it.
You and I both strive for a peaceful society, even if our reasons are different. And you've gone even further than I have. If not for our paths, perhaps you and I wouldn't be in opposition.
Don't sell yourself short. We're not fundamentally opposed. Otherwise, you wouldn't have shown me mercy in front of the Dream Master. This shared journey is my way of repaying you. After all, you are one of my trailblazing goals.
About that, you've given me many insights as well. Humans are the measure of everything, and no one is the sole savior. Creating a paradise remains one of my lifelong ambitions. As I move forward, I realize I must build it brick by brick. Therefore, I have a request that I hope you'll consider. While I lack the will to trailblaze, nor can I become a true Nameless. I admire your convictions. Perhaps what I need, more than asceticism, is knowledge.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know that word. Hey there, Poncho. Asceticism is a lifestyle of self-denial and abstinence from worldly pleasures to achieve a spiritual goal. It's a practice of many religions, including Buddhism, Hinduism, and Christianity. Okay. Even though it is exposition, this is actually good exposition. Like, probably the last time you were watching the stream, I was complaining about how the dialogue is almost good in Star Rail, and then they ruin it by over-explaining it. They did a good job with this patch. I don't want to say everything in here, because I think that the Nameless's crew, or the Astral Express's introduction to Fugue was a little rushed. Like, it's fine that she could have come back thanks to Ron May, but I don't think that it should have been explained off-screen how the Astral Express met her, or was reunited with her. But all the stuff with Just Sunday has been great.
Therefore, after leaving Penacony, would you consider letting me come aboard the Astral Express and travel with you for now?
Sometime later.
So this is why I brought him here. Mr. Sunday wants to join us on the Express. Of course, I can't make that decision alone.
But if you didn't support this idea, you wouldn't have brought him back. Well, I trust your judgment. If someone is willing to join us on our journey, the Express will be open to them. But this time is a bit different. Before making any decisions, Stormy, I want to hear what you think. Me? Why not everyone else? But in this battle, you were the one who directly confronted him. Wasn't I with Himiko and March, I want to say? Was I with March? I don't remember who was with me when we confronted Sunday. the first time. Your opinion holds the most weight.
I learned the most valuable lessons from my past opponents. Please, say whatever's on your mind.
You're a perfectionist, always trying to control everything, even when it comes to yourself. Although we're going to be traveling further into unknown once we reach Pinnaconny, I guess a change of pace would do everyone some good. That is not where I was going with that. That was supposed to be an insult, not a pleasant, like, oh, it's a good thing that, you know, you're a control freak because they'll just give it a change of perspective. I believe there is a better way to achieve your ideal. 7 rest days may just be a metaphor, but I look forward to the day when it comes true. Yeah, when Sunday was giving his speech in the Soul Glad Auditorium, I was thinking to myself, like, man, no Mondays ever? Every day is Sunday? Maybe this guy's onto something. Anyhow, you've been an unforgettable adversary to me, even though I haven't been trailblazing for long. I'll have my eye on this. I'll have my eye on you at all times. You should know that I'll be watching your every move. I'll help you with that.
I guess it shouldn't be a problem. After all, he did get nerfed after turning into a good
So
guy.
true. They always do.
Thank you all for your forgiveness. Perhaps I'll find the answer I'm looking for on this journey. And when that day comes, it'll be farewell. Until then, I will do my best to fulfill my duty as a passenger.
Looks like we've come to a decision. Remember to keep the conductor in the loop, too.
Now that our business on Patagonia is settled, it's about time we get back on track and prepare for our next warp jump.
Yeah, but let me try contacting Madame Herta again before we set off. She helped us look into Ampharos, even though nothing new came up. I should at least let her know that we're leaving.
Try?
I tried contacting the space station several times, but I never got any response. Maybe there's a problem with the interastral network. Shouldn't be anything to worry about. What could happen on the Genius's home turf? What could happen on the Genius's home turf? Even the Antimatter Legion wouldn't stand a chance. For all we know, Madame Herta could be making a move again.
No, we're still not quite there. Indeed, this is only a minor ripple that no one will ever notice. So, you must also understand, for a genius, the importance of asking questions outweighs the importance of the answers themselves. So-called magic has its own set of principles. There are no mysteries in this universe that cannot be solved. So, all-seeing presence, I ask you this. What is divinity?
At no point in time during that story bit did Fugue start to call herself Fugue. Like, she still called herself Ting Yun. I would have figured that, yeah, she would have said something, but she never did. We're done with 2.x. Everything in version 2 is done, and now we can finally start version 3, which means that we're actually kind of caught up. We have 3 weeks to do all of version 3. We're going to probably watch the first cutscene and then maybe like go to Ampharos. And then we're gonna, call it for the night because it's already 10:30. First, I also want to find like my daily express visitors. There are also probably some new adventure missions for me to go do in Penacony now.
You seem a little hesitant. You need some help.
Oh, this isn't actually a visitor. This is a this is like a permanent mix of turns here. No, they got rid of daily missions in 3.0. When I found out that they were going to get rid of daily missions, I did go back to doing them until I started getting repeats again. But I don't know if they were all random. So because if they came randomly out of a pool, then that means that I actually finished them all. Or no, it could mean that there's some that I missed. But if they were actually sequential and then they looped back around to the start, then that means I finished them all. Huh, epic foreshadowing, huh? Here's Sunday.
I hope we will walk the same path next time.
That was sunny. Okay. I'm a bit cross. What do you mean Walls doesn't need my help finding friends anymore? He's already checked everyone in Euro 6. No one wants to be his friend. Well, people want to be his friend, but just for his money, which is maybe even sadder. So basically nothing, okay. Oh, that's so much. Okay, let's go through it. thought it was pretty cool seeing New Sunday and Old Sunday standing next to each other, though. I heard some pretty cool theories online about Ampharos' storyline, because like none of it is like story leaks, but it's just kind of like people that know a bit about, you know, Greek mythology and other Honkai games, basically mapping onto what we know about Ampharos so far and the character reveal trailers. Stoneheart Sunday would be cool. I would be surprised if Jade asked for him to join the IPC as a price for his freedom. Like, she already pulled that with Aventurine, so... Also, what would his color be? Because... Or what would his stone be? Because... I guess he's kind of like amber or topaz, but topaz is already... No, topaz looks... What is the yellow thing I'm thinking of? It was topaz, actually. Topaz and amber are his color schemes. Well, so I read those theories like before 3.0 came out, so I'm not as worried about it, because it was just literally like, oh look, the Ampharos looks like an infinity sign, so I think that they're all in a time loop or something like that. So I mean, a lot of theories that are online do end up coming to be like somewhat true, because if you just have enough theories, and especially if they're like good theories, then like what can the writers do other than just, because they've already done the story basically, they're just kind of filling in the details along the way. So there's actually not that much room for them to completely change everything.
I hope we will walk the same path next time.
I'll get that later. That looks like an achievement. So for some reason, no one is visiting me today. And it probably has something to do with the fact that I have like a major story thing to do right now.
You seem a little hesitant. You need...
Three paths are entangled. I feel like they will say different things when I actually start the mission, which is why because like these characters were available on the Astral Express before I had access to the 3.0 story. And now I have a Fugue in my guest book, and then we're up to 30 characters now. We went through that pretty quickly. It only took 2 streams to clear the content. There were some things I wanted to say. I guess, so one thing, I guess, my opinion of Sunday, after that quest, I like him more, like a lot more than I did. Not crazy about him still, but like, you know, having his other self 1 week apart from him and like having his like more playful personality out and then him fighting against himself, it worked out a lot. It felt a lot better here with Sunday than it did with Fei Xiao. Fei Xiao fighting her inner demons was kind of like, it's pretty cool. I like it a little bit. They were a little ham-fisted with the dialogue in that quest, which upset me. But they were a lot more subtle for Sunday's quest, and I liked that a lot more. The idea of picking up allies along the way is also really nice. So this is the crew that we've had this whole time since like 1.0, but having Black Swan and Sunday temporarily join the Astral Express makes a lot of sense. I mean, it doesn't make that much sense, but like it makes sense that in a game where you're traveling the stars and like helping people out on each planet, that some of those people would want to then join you on your quest and go help others in the future. And the idea that one day Sunday will actually leave us and do his own thing, and Black Swan might leave us, and maybe other people will join us, is pretty exciting as a prospect. It also kind of makes it interesting for like who goes on which quests, because for some reason or another, they always only send 3 people down to whatever planet they're going to. So for Eurilo 6, it was the 3 of us. Don Hung, March 7th, and myself. And then for the La Fu, we brought Welt and March instead. And then for Pinakani, it was March and Himiko. So now we have me and Sunday to go on Ampharos, and who else will go? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they do with that. Will it still be just the 3 people? Will it be 4? Alright, let's start 3.0.
Please stand by, passengers. The navigation meeting will be starting soon.
He isn't joining us for the navigation meeting. He went to the party card arrest. Don't worry about him. An unexpected destination could be a great starting point for Sunday. Laid back? That's not exactly a word I associate with him.
She doesn't think it's right to join in on our vote when she's only hitchhiking with us, so she's waiting in the party car. Though she did say she believes we'll end up deciding on Ampharos. She can read our minds. Let's prove her wrong. I'm sure everyone has a destination in mind. Mr. McHale's homeworld. Luke Shaka was hit by rising sea levels after the Celeron disaster, though I'm not sure how things are on the planet now.
Next, we have Melustanen, the agate world.
What's that? I haven't heard that name yet. That's where Adrilla the Beauty ascended, a world of undying allure. It's also said to be one of the initial sites of the Stellaron disaster. Probably not the safest choice, but that's not where I want to go. That's where the initial Stellaron came from, and I have a Stellaron inside me. And that's where Adrilla the Beauty is. Maybe we'll run into Argenti while we're there.
Given the Express's fuel situation, it's worth us thinking through our options carefully.
And finally, the most adventurous option, the eternal land, Amphorius.
Amphorius is not Amphorus. Amphorius.
A planet not recorded in the databank, and a world even Akivilius never set foot on. But if this trailblazing expedition works out, it could solve our fuel problem.
So for the one person that hasn't been keeping up with all of the Star Rail content, the train that flies through space that we're currently riding in is fueled by adventure. So like when we go to new places, then it basically gives itself power. It's kind of like, I don't know if you've ever read Neil Gaiman's American Gods, where like the gods get their power based off of how many people believe in them and how strong that belief is. So like it's kind of like that, where the more trailblazing we do, the more trailblazing we're able to do. No one wants to go to Edostar? No one wants to go to a Washtopia? It's not that simple, but we can save Pom Pom from worrying about service delays, at least for a foreseeable period of time.
Amphorius does have something to offer, unlike the other options.
What do you mean? The others have plenty to offer. One's an endless ocean, and the other one is where the Beauty ascended.
Plus, it's a completely unknown world. What better place to
I get the feeling I'm not even going to get to vote.
I feel the same. While we know nothing about Amphorius, we know the other two worlds aren't exactly safe options. Anyway, if it's a risk we're taking, we might as well throw in some adventure for good measure.
What exactly is a Washtopia? So that very first Adventurine quest, 1.6, where that whole plot line was supposed to be us going to get the Astral Express cleaned, and then we ran into that giant sting in the middle of the space while we were on our way there. So it's just like a car wash planet. But we actually have already been there, because after we defeated the sting and escaped alongside of Argenti, we actually did go to the Washtopia, but it was off screen. It was just, black text with the white font saying like, oh, and eventually we got the place cleaned. I'm sure that Pom Pom would have loved to go to a Washtopia. Pom Pom loves it, like cleanliness and tidiness and stuff like that. Agreed. So everyone's leaning towards the uncharted world. It seems like we've got a crew of like-minded adventurers on the Express. That includes me too. I'm for Amphorius.
Looks like Pom Pom's voting plan won't be needed after
No,
all.
democracy. Secret vote.
It's official then. Our next stop is Amphorius.
Great! I'm looking forward to the conductor's jump announcement. I'll be in my room freeing up some memory on my camera. I'm going to have to snap tons of pretty pictures this time.
Don't forget to share the good news with Miss Black Swan. Which one is the main way to go? Oh, pack up. Okay, so I go to my room in order to finish the story. So then let's go talk to everyone first.
Oh, hey, great timing. I just turned on my camera and was looking through some old photos. Can I ask you something? What's your favorite part of a journey? From start to finish. Then let's go snap some photos as soon as we arrive in Amphorius. Anyway, enough chit-chat. I better pack some extra batteries in case we end up somewhere without power.
I can't provide many details about our destination this time. You can ask the memo keeper if you want to know more. Oh, the databank's gonna be a huge update. I suppose there's a lot to do. I'll disembark with you all this time. Oh, okay, so Don Hung's coming with. So is it going to be me, Don Hung, and Sunday then? We've never had this many passengers on board before. I'm still not used to it. Why don't you head to the party car first? I'll see you later. They usually leave 2 people on board. 1 or 2 people on board. I guess to keep Pom Pom company?
A world yet to be explored by the Trailblaze. No self-respecting nameless would turn that opportunity down. This is Akivili we're talking about. In the first instance, every one of those stars was a world no human had ever set foot on. The Astral Express has always traveled along the silver rail laid down by Akivili, so...
Well, it's like, don't kid yourself. You have one unexplored planet under your belt.
But this time, we might just get the chance to add a brand new stop to the astral charts. I don't mind telling you, I'm a little excited.
Oh, that's what I was going to do. I almost forgot. I can actually read this now that it's in the right patch. That was the start of an adventure quest. Okay. Still 3.0 stuff. It probably takes place before the Amphorius stuff, but I can do that off stream. Isn't it your first too? Oh, I forgot to voice her because I wasn't going to say, this is your first time exploring beyond the astral charts, isn't it? Maybe not for Pom Pom, and worlds that have been mapped to the astral charts also present new surprises from time to time. But we'll be fine. Let's just say I have a backup plan. I will reveal it to you when the time comes. I appreciate your voicing the characters. I'm not happy to be doing it, especially since I can't really emulate their voices very well.
Would you care for some
You're here. I hear the Nameless are going to Amphorius. A very wise decision.
Wait, yeah, who did you hear that from? Stop reading my mind.
I am a memo keeper after all. Memories don't lie.
I really hate like every character that was introduced in 2.x. Like, why do all of them have superpowers that are super invasive?
Memo keepers traverse the worlds only to collect precious memories. Have you heard that before?
Robin, Sunday, Black
It's my
Swan.
duty to salvage unknown memories, and the Amphorius that has been revealed by the garden's mirror is like a treasure inside a display case. Dazzling, yet out of reach. I need a sharp nail to break through that glass, and that's where you come in. Only through trailblazing can we reach the heart of Amphorius, cut through the thick mist, and bring the world's memories back to light. I trust you won't disappoint me.
Would you care for some jokes? A bit of laughter might be good for your health.
Looks like you've decided on your next stop. I see. Those who embark on a long journey simply need to set off.
He actually believes that.
I look forward to the journey ahead.
Oh, that's funny. But that's not where I usually sit for a new trip. Oh, I can't go to my usual spot.
Attention passengers! The express is about to make the jump. Please be seated and hold on.
There's nothing there. Confusing. The answer lies hidden in the starry sky. Here it is, the isolated world that can only be seen through the garden's mirror. The eternal land, Amphorius.
Is that a Mobius strip? Alright, try to track it. Yeah, it is. Okay.
As you can see, Amphorius is surrounded by a mass of chaotic matter that conceals it from the outside world. Nearly. Conventional interstellar travel can't detect its presence, let alone pass by or land on the planet. Yet the garden caught a glimpse of this place, and along with it, discovered ever-shifting traces.
3 paths interweave and fetter Amphorius, co-authoring the fate of the world. Ordinary pathstriders aren't known to leave traces in the mirror, so if what you said is true, there must be people that don't have anything to do with Aeons. And the isolated star system must have been home to at least 3 beings comparable to Emanators. Oh, so okay, I thought that it was. Alright.
I would even go as far as to say, eons themselves.
So like 3 new eons?
For a world to have nurtured such marvels, yet still remain unheard of throughout the cosmos? Now that is hard to fathom.
We already know one of the 3 paths to be the erudition. We do? Okay. Sure. I didn't know that.
I can reveal the second. In fact, you've all seen it just now. It's the remembrance.
Okay, so that leaves one more left.
I see. Then it makes sense that a messenger of the garden would be capable of unveiling Amphorius for us. What about the final path?
Unfortunately, fate is keeping the third path a mystery. I don't know what it is either.
So then does that mean that it's the Enigmata? Because we haven't had to deal with Mythos yet in any of the other story bits. And it's unknown even to... It's been hidden from Erudition and also from Remembrance. And no one in the whole cosmos has been able to find it. It would be cool if it were another... okay, that's not entirely true because Gallagher is a part of the Enigmata. But besides him, we haven't really had much interaction with that. It's a good guess. We'll see how this goes out then.
Hidden beneath the brilliance of erudition and remembrance, yet possessing enough power
She
to
also
rival
suggests the
the other two
Enigmata, but also
paths.
could be the Permanence or the Equilibrium.
It could be the equilibrium, the enigmata, or perhaps the permanence. I have no clue at all.
The Permanence, their aeon is long, is kind of like things staying still or remaining the way that they are. It's somewhat the way that the Vidyahara get their powers, or not their powers, but their biology, where when they die, they turn to eggs, and then they get reborn as the same person, but with no memories of what they were before. The Equilibrium, not much has been said about the Equilibrium. They do control the difficulty level in universe, but that's about... Oh, and also the Equilibrium had something to do with killing the propagation during the swarm disaster.
This white ribbon of light encircling Amphorius might very well be a product of the three interwoven paths. Only when path striders of the Trailblaze enter the center of the vortex will its true nature be revealed.
Okay, so that light isn't actually like from stars or anything like that. It seems to be Aeon power. Still, we know far too little about the planet. What's more pressing is finding a suitable landing site. We could end up over an ocean, in a vacuum without oxygen, or worse yet, in the middle of a lava field. Returning back. Next stop, Lushaka. Throwing in the towel already? I don't think we're at that point yet. Looks like someone is all set and itching to get off the train.
Wait, I think we might be missing
We're missing
someone.
March, right? Really? All four of us here?
Very funny. But seriously, where's March 7th?
She said something about her camera before going back to her room. I haven't seen her since the warp. Wasn't she in the main car, just trying to stand up against the warp? That's not like March. She usually is most excited about expeditions. Let's drop by her room.
Something feels off. Please, all of you go ahead without me. I'll join you later.
Let me know if there's anything I can assist with. I'll do whatever I can.
March, are you in here?
Sorry, guys. I don't know what's wrong. I just feel really weak after the warp.
Are you possessed? This happened before.
Have a heart, will you? Stop scaring
What do you
me.
mean? This has actually happened to you before. I guess her camera was the possessed thing, not her. Miss Black Swan, will you look at the memories in this room?
I'm seeing March 7th hit by a sudden bout of weakness in her memories, as if something was weighing on her. The onset of it far too quick to be any kind of sickness.
Perhaps it's the effect of some external stimulus?
Oh, why is everyone here? I should have cleaned my room.
You've had 3 years.
I invited Sunday to help with the diagnosis. He grew up in a star system rich in memoria. When it comes to mental healing, he's quite the specialist.
You've all been to Penacony before. I presume you are aware of how some might find themselves in a synesthesia dreamscape after warping to Asdana. I'm guessing this is something similar. Miss March appears to be affected by a certain external stimulus. Perhaps a path, an eon, or even Amphorius itself.
I agree. That's likely the case.
Why is she the only one affected?
There's no way to tell at this point. It could just be a matter of time before everyone feels unwell. Before we identify the cause, my suggestion is for Miss March to avoid venturing anywhere near Amphorius.
Anywhere near?
It's okay, Himiko. I'll be good on my own. Go ahead, guys. I'll catch up once I feel better. Here. Take my camera along. I was planning to take photos when we got there, but looks like you'll have to help me with that now. I know I can always count on you.
Why don't we take our discussion outside so March 7th can rest?
Yeah, you guys go on ahead. Don't worry about me. I'll be back to being my hyperactive and adorable self by the next time you see me. Now, don't forget about those photos, okay? I'll be checking the camera.
I'm sure it has something to do with her being floating in through space in a block of 6-phase ice and having no memories of her past. And also, when she tries to explore her own memories, then the Garden of Recollection tries to actively stop her from actually remembering what her past is about. And now we're going to this place that is powered by the remembrance. And I guess they had to really make her feel unwell in order to stop her from going on an expedition. This will be the first time that March 7th has not actually gone on a quest with us. And I'm okay with it, honestly. I'm not sure who's going to be the jokester in the party. I guess it's going to be I'm going to have to double down on all the jokes now that March isn't with us.
Do you think March 7th's past could be connected to Amphorius?
No, that'd be too much of a coincidence. Or, I mean, it's exactly enough coincidence, but sure. I haven't seen anything related to Six-Phase Ice yet, and it's more likely to be some energy in Ampharos affected her before anyone else. Sorry, you and Don Hung take the lead on the trailblazing expedition. Wait, what, you're leaving it up to us two? What about you two? Pretty sure we're gonna need more help. Not to worry, we have a knack for finding trustworthy friends wherever we go. Euphorius is a crucial stop, so everyone on the Express has been roped in to help in some way or the other. What? What do you mean by that? Venturing to the unknown world is the task perfect for you youngsters. I'm sure you'll both have each other's backs.
So we're staying behind to take care of the grown-up stuff.
Why are they being so shady about it? Chin up, well, you'll get your chance out in the field.
Someone should be taking care of March 7th, too. I can do that.
I'm fine with any arrangement you have.
You should come to the planet with us Sunday. Great, sounds like we're all good. Come with me to the parlor car, and the two of you. I prepared a backup plan before our departure, but I didn't count on having to reveal it so soon. Are we going to separate part of the Astral Express and go on our own individual car? Now that our ground exploration team is assembled, I'll let the conductor reveal the backup plan.
Yes, seeing how this is going to be a perilous expedition, Pom-Pom and the Navigator have come together to prepare a special trailblazing gift for you. Your very own car.
Yeah, that's right. It is going to disconnect part of it. Forest is outside the interastral speak telecommunications coverage zone, so there's no chance of remote communication when you're there. Uncoupling and using one of the Express's cars, one of your landing capsules, will be the best way to ease our exploration. It can also be your safe house once you're on Amphorius.
The car you're getting has its own thrusters, so just buckle up, and it'll take you into Amphorius and land you somewhere safe. Only in extenuating circumstances. Don't go thinking you can detach cars from the Express every which way, alright? Get going whenever you're ready. Pom-Pom can't wait to hear about your exciting discoveries. Car ready for detachment. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, okay. We were shot out of the sky. So much for finding a safe landing place. Sometime later. Well, that's not good. Is Don Hung okay? Okay. He's fine. I got slumped over in the corner of the wreckage, his well-being uncertain. What? Time to come up with a name for the next reincarnation? Wait, you see Don Hung's chest rising and falling, proof that that life still lingers within him. Koldrak and Young. You recall the moment you first met Don Hung on March 7th. Nope, ain't no way. Yeah, I wasn't about to slap you. How long are we out for? You passed out when our car got hit. I blacked out too, but not before dragging you out. It's a good thing we were in the car. We would have been crushed to pieces. We should try making contact with the Express. Why would you lie about that? We clearly did not make a smooth landing on Amphorius. Guess as much. No longer working. Looks like it's just the two of us for now on. Let's find somewhere safe to set up a base of operations. This statue and the buildings we've seen so far point to a civilization here on Amphorius. We can only hope that they're not hostile towards outsiders. I mean, they literally shot us out of the sky, so... Are we back to being fugitives again? Show yourself, peeping Tom. Ready weapon and stay alert. Let's find out what's behind that gate. You know, have it. I gotta explore every single inch of any new location I come across. Why is it so dark? Is it nighttime already? What? Oh yeah, I did actually kind of see this in the trailer, not the trailer, but the special event program. So basically, do I even want to explain this? Because they're probably about to explain it right now. I'll explain it. They're about to explain it, so it's not much of a spoiler. But one of the gimmicks of this area is that you can see past, present, and future, and you can basically like keep on converting the overworld between those three sections, and then it makes a difference. Which means that you have to explore the overworld 3 times over. It's gone. That happened too fast. Did you happen to see what that creature looked like? A rabbit? A cat? It looks more like a rabbit to me. I've never even considered it being a cat. It looks like a rabbit. It's unlike any of the known species in our data bank, but I guess that's to be expected. We know nothing about Amphorius after all. Back when we were trailblazing into Yarilo 6, we knew its history and terrain even before arriving on the planet. But with Amphorius, all we have is whatever little Black Swan told us about the world, which isn't much. What should do now? Find a local? Afraid it was planned for the worst. Putting a potential language barrier aside, that powerful attack on us just now. It's hard to imagine a planet as far and isolated as having the experience to create such a sophisticated weaponry. But is it a match for my baseball bat, though? Can't tell for sure. Let's not get our hopes too high. We can learn to observe as we move. It does kind of like the, looks like the Pentaconda Grand Amphitheater. Looks like there used to be a bridge connecting the two. It looks like an enemy. Looks like no one lives in this area, and that strange creature from before is nowhere to be seen, but look at that. A giant sphere. Judging from the prevalence of these colossal statues, the civilization is more than just great engineers and architects. The structure also indicates a universal belief system. If only we were closer, we'd be able to make out the details. So according to the special program, there are gods aside from the Aeons that like live and exist in this world, and one of such god gave all of its life energy, and now it's like within this orb, because there's like this darkness that's coming from the outside that's trying to take over all of Emphorius, and most of civilization has gathered around this one statue because that's the only thing that's emanating the light. And there's something about like flame chasers, which are like special people that go out to get more light so that it staves off the darkness. They'll probably get into more details in the actual gameplay. This is all kind of the preview from the developers that I'm going over. Looks dangerous to me. Yeah, they definitely look dangerous to me. I still have to hear her even though she's not on the team. Do those statues move? That's not the position those statues were in. Yeah, I thought so. The statues are moving. Oh yeah, the voice lines. Oh no, watch out. They're going to attack us. You can't say it's trailers until you land a hit with your bat. Alright, new enemy groups. I've never fought any of these before. Attacking enemies a certain number of times to destroy their war armor. When war armor is destroyed, deals damage to the enemies, delays their action, and regenerates energy for the attacker. Ooh, okay. Attacking enemies with destroyed war armors will deal additional damage to them. War armor can be completely repaired at the end of the enemy's next turn. Okay, so you want to frequently attack them. This is not the right team for that.
I can't thank you enough. Serenity is before me.
Don't mess with me.
Oh, they've got archers. I want them.
So you are afraid of me. I'll end your misery.
Oops. Okay. That's not enough energy?
Fiends or devils. I'll crush them all.
I'll free you from your chain. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
This mortal. Watch over you and guide you on your path.
1,000 wonders to fight as one.
I'll end your misery. Who's next?
Out farewell.
I'll free you from your chain. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. What a headache. I'll end your misery.
Welcome, customers.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
I guess you don't really need to worry about gimmicks when you can just outright kill them. What is that? That's Anexa? No, it's not.
You've got something interesting.
Oh, I broke my spear? Kinda rude. And he took my baseball bat?
I bear no harm. I just want everyone to be safe.
Hey, I can understand what he's saying.
Roaming around a place like the Abyss with weapons in tow is a show of provocation. Those soldiers are minions of the Strife Titan. They're not known to stop until all invaders fall under their feet. If you continue brandishing your weapons, you won't only be putting yourselves in the crossfire.
The crossfire between what and what?
Their looming blades will come down on the heads of the innocent.
Since when have they been there? A civil approach gets your message across all the same.
It's difficult to tell if you're friend or foe when you appear out of thin air. Even without your weapons, a great power still lurks within you.
When he said you got something interesting on you, I assumed he was talking about my Stellaron, which would have been weird, but, you know, also fine. Like, I just accept that every person I meet has some weird superpower that's able to stare into my soul. But maybe he was just talking about my baseball bat and his cloud rhythm magic.
I could be putting myself in harm's way for all I know. I'd be unwise not to take precaution. So, care to share the reason for dropping in on us? Hmm? Visitors from
So you
above.
know that we're come from above, alright? This is Finon, okay.
Picking up only to get yourself into trouble?
This sounds like Trivy, I'm guessing. Yep.
You even ruined his weapon! I've really gone and done it. This is no way to be treating strangers!
I was just trying to fix our problem in the safest way possible.
How is this safe? Hello, friendly strangers. Let's all simmer down and cool our jets. We're all humans here. No need to
Are you really human?
Snowy's just worried you're baddies from above, but we know you two are nothing of the sort. Oh, right, you don't know us yet. We are Trivy from Yanisopolis, and this
say so, Treeby. I apologize for my earlier behavior. I was overly wary because both of you landed in this tumultuous region. Put me on high alert.
I understand. We're trailblazing from beyond the sky. Can they understand that? There's no point in concealing anything. They saw everything. If they wanted us dead, they wouldn't be standing around talking to us.
Not from above the sky, but beyond it.
Wow, that's something else altogether. You're lucky you met us then.
What do you mean?
She means you're lucky because we won't hurt you. The same can't be said for others. Let's talk somewhere else. You've seen it firsthand. It isn't safe out here. As you saw, there are still many refugees who haven't been freed in the temple. We're here to rescue and escort them to the holy city, Agima. They're the reason I had to be absolutely sure you were not here with ill intent, and why I wanted you to put away your weapons. If something were to occur, they would have no way of protecting themselves.
Hey there, Bridget.
I'm Fina, from ID's Elysiae. Sorry if I offended you just now.
A little longer and I could have shown you what I really can do. You sound disappointed. I'm done hung. I'm the galactic baseballer who's missing a baseball bat. I feel like you and I are kind of alike. Is Finon supposed to be some Honkai Impact 3rd MC or something like that?
Baseball bat? Oh, you mean this marvel of a weapon? Sorry, but why don't you tell me your name in return?
I just said I'm the galactic baseballer.
Friction really does spark friendships, huh?
And here's your spear. Don't worry, this is entirely on Snowy. I'll make sure he fixes it for you.
It seems I'll have to treat Cartonis to a couple.
Who's Cartonis? We've just arrived and we still have many questions. If you two could ensure our safety, traveling together would certainly be the best choice. He's really trusting these people. Please lead the way. How do you view the situation? About your spear. Though losing the spear is unfortunate, we gained some important insight. Amphorius weapon forging skills are on par with the craftsmanship of the forged Cloud Piercer, or the craftsmanship that forged the Cloud Piercer. Looks like this world is nowhere nearly as primitive as we first thought. Perhaps they have more of a surprise of us than the Holy City mentioned. I'm not going to read through all the responses that he has here because it's just side content. That's an interesting one. Is someone arguing in the temple? Let's take a look. And remember, keep it friendly. Yeah, the fact that we do share a language kind of is a tick for the box that this is not, that the third path in here is not the Enigmata, because their whole point is to try to mess with language. But still too early.
Virtus, you acted on your own to ask the Chrysos heirs for help? To bring us into their so-called holy city, no less. We are priests of Yanis, born as footless birds. How could we possibly endure being confined to one place?
We've lost far too many to Nikador's forces, Mr. Noldus. I only want for everyone to settle down somewhere safe and to be able to sleep.
Oh, right. The gods in this world are called Titans, I think. Yeah, so we call them Aeons outside of Amphorius. And there are Aeon-like creatures called Titans here. Hey there, Baker. The Synesthesia beacon is out, so Donhung and Trailblazers apparently share language too. Well, that has already been explained, because apparently all the places that are on the Silver Line, Akavili basically like brought language with them as they connected all the planets that the Astral Express already has access to. Now, they should have diverged a little bit. I mean, they kind of have diverged a little bit, because sometimes they say things like Xianzhou expletive, or like, you know, they'll have like a Penacony slur or something like that in their dialogue, or like in the subtitles. So there seems to be some amount of like divergence among the planets. It probably should have diverged more than it has, but I guess it's kind of similar to like English or Spanish, right? Where there are countries all over the world that technically speak some amount of English or Spanish, but the actual language that they speak specifically in that country is a little different, like British English versus Australian English versus Indian English versus, you know, American English. So everything except for Amphorius having the same language somewhat makes sense. And like, it could have something to do with the erudition, the fact that the gaze is on here, or I don't think that the remembrance would have anything to do with it.
Lose your faith, and you lose everything. Do you seriously think you can seek shelter in Akima? Nowhere is safe with the end times looming. I've said my piece. Leave if that's what you want. Everyone else is staying in this temple, where we enjoy the protection of Yanis, the gate of infinity.
Don't make this decision in haste, sir.
I appreciate the concern, esteemed Chrysos heir. But please, respect that we have the right to choose our own fate.
I'm sorry you had to see that, esteemed Chrysos heir. Oh, these two with you are...
Travelers from afar. They're also headed for the Holy City. If memory serves me right, you are... Virtus? Please, you may call me Fine. What was that just now?
It's an honor you remember me, Finon. We are priests from Yanisopolis. Armies of the Strife Titan destroyed our home, forcing us to flee across many lands until we arrived here. A few days ago, I watched another companion fall to those monsters, and I was shattered. I offered a prayer to Akima, thinking the answer would take time, at least enough for me to convince Mr. Noldus. I didn't expect your arrival to be so swift.
The Elder spoke of end times just now and claimed no place in Emphorius is safe. What do you mean by that?
Excuse me, sir. Everyone knows about the prophecy. How is it that you...
Virtus, right now, we must focus on convincing Mr. Noldus to return. The Abyss is swarming with fierce enemies, and they have no way to defend themselves, leaving them vulnerable to all kinds of danger. My friends, I have a rather bold request. The two of you are quite capable. Might I trouble you to fetch Mr. Noldus?
The old guy that doesn't want to go anywhere?
Treeby will join you. She can also answer any questions you may have.
Please give us a moment to discuss it. Finon interrupted me as I was trying to gather information from the refugee, and now he's saying the girl will answer our questions. His intent is obvious. She's going to give us only half-truths. No. I believe he thinks it's worse for others to find out that we know nothing about this world. He wants to hide the fact that we're visitors from beyond the sky. There's a rift between us and the locals. So let's play along with Finon for now. We can also learn what Treeby thinks when we're alone with her. Alright, we'll go. If we're to be companions on this journey, it's only right that we offer assistance when possible.
You two are truly honorable. I'll stay behind to guard Virtus and the rest. Go quickly and come back safe.
So I know a good bit about the story because I watched the devs broadcast on what the overall story was going to be, but I don't feel like over-explaining it because surely they wrote it clearly enough in their story that it will explain itself soon enough.
Don't worry about me. I'll stay behind to protect those in the area. Please, make haste.
They're a lot more liberal with the child models. Like Penacony, there were no children. I mean, there were Pepeshi, but it's good to see children again. By the way, Treeby is not a child, even though she is the height of one. She's like the oldest person we've met so far.
I'm sure you two have a ton of questions, don't you? As for why we should speak in private, that's because quiet places are better suited for communicating with one another.
But the road ahead is cut off. Are you going to carry and fly us there? You're not going to ask me to jump down, are you? Don Hung is finally going to be able to jump? What are you talking about?
Judging by your reactions, you weren't lying about being newly arrived travelers. In that case, don't blink or you'll miss the next part. Also, Snowy wouldn't dare make plans for us. It's more like the other way around. Alright, silence, please! We are about to summon a miracle. We, thy humble descendants, doth surmount the myriad of passages of Yanis to stand before thee and receive the scales of judgment. O selfless arbiter to Lantern, declare us innocent in the name of the law. Weigh the fruits of the present in exchange for the sweetness of the past. We summon thee, Orynyx, to lift thy curtain of memory. Once again, stir the ripples of past reverie.
This is unbelievable. I mean, it's really unbelievable because, like, so were we the only ones that just got blasted into the past? I guess so, because none of the other NPCs are here anymore. So, like, anyone, because This door cannot be opened in the space-time, or it needs to be opened in the other space-time. So, like, does that mean that everyone within Amphoris is able to just time travel?
How is that possible? Did Ornyx's prayer fail?
My two friends, don't stray too far away from us.
Oh.
Stop panicking. As long as we're with them, we'll be fine.
It's an interesting way of like showing the past and the present at the same time.
Amazing, isn't it? Now that we're here, we can speak in peace. Huh? But why does it feel a little too quiet?
More combat. One nice thing about the early chapters of this game is that there's usually more combat at the beginning. Like towards the end of a story, there's like never any combat. It's just all dialogue.
Just what I was afraid of. So much for a peaceful chat. The history lesson will have to wait, my friends. We must help Mr. Noldis.
This right here is the opposite of you trying to go on stage with the instruments the last stream. Where it just lets me go anywhere I want to go.
I can't thank you enough.
To doubt farewell.
What a headache.
You both have impressive fighting skills. Oh, I'm sorry.
Watch over you and guide you on your path.
I'll free you from your
How the part where Trivia said follow and then you try to escape her circle immediately? Yeah.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Welcome, customers. A thousand wonders to raise your spirits. Fight as one.
Why is that stun not going away?
I'll enter misery.
That's weird. Oh no, it's not weird. Never mind. Because that only goes away. It only divine provision only goes off when I use a alternate or it's my turn.
Oh, thank you. The three of you saved our lives.
I was not expecting Huaha to be able to kill there. It looks like I did a fixed amount of damage based off of the fact that I broke his armor.
I believe I've made my stance clear, my child. Us priests would rather die in the pursuit of faith than live in a foreign land.
It looks to me like you still prefer living.
Sir, we deeply understand your faith in the Titans. Perhaps in your eyes, Kefali, the protector of the holy city, is but a god from a foreign land. But we swear to you, in the name of Yanis, the gate of infinity, that so long as the Chrysoceres live, Akama will protect all followers of the Titans. We are one and the same.
You swear in the name of Yanis? Who are you?
Don't you remember, Noldis? Our name is Trebios.
What? You're the High Priest? Why do you look like a child? Oh, no. To think that I, a mere tribal priest, dare lecture you on faith. Oh, how ludicrous. Please, forgive my transgressions.
Noldus, we do not wish to force you, but please think of the people in your tribe. The young place their trust in you, just as you placed your trust in us. If you stay, they will remain here too, doomed to fall under Encoder's spear.
If that is divine will, then I have no reason to disobey. High Priest, please guide us once again as we spread our wings on this long journey.
Mr. Noldus, I'm
I
glad
thought
you're
you were
alright.
waiting for us.
Virtus, I still disagree with your methods, but it doesn't matter now. Let us place our trust in the Chrysos heirs.
The Dromus caravan that's supposed to meet us isn't here yet, so let's all rest where it's safe for a while.
Regrettably, our questions are still unanswered, and we now have even more questions. Now that things are calmed down, perhaps you two can find some time to answer a few of them?
Of course. Please, come this way. I see you've both been made aware of our troubles. I'm grateful for your understanding, so in return, please ask me anything you wish to know.
What are these end times?
Just as the word implies, it's the time of strife before the world meets its end. To be precise, it's the whole world that's coming to an end. The ancient gods of Amphorius, once worshipped by humanity, they now stand as their foes. The prophetic deliverers, with golden blood coursing through their veins. It's a gift from the three titans of fate. With their blessings, priests can awaken shadows of the past to alter reality.
You're putting it too lightly. Don't make miracles sound like a tool. You can simply use it well.
Your answers are too concise.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm not good at telling stories.
Yet a tedious and overly long explanation isn't ideal either. Let me think. Oh, right! Virtus and the others are priests from Yanisopolis. They should be adept at playing the lyre. How about playing a song for our two friends? There's a ballad that's been passed down in Amphorius since ancient times. Happiness abound in this lush land by God's chosen. Giants raise their glasses in a toast, beheld by the 12 constellations. 3 carved the heavens and the earth. 3 wove the threads of fate. 3 molded life with their hands. And 3 guided calamity's gate.
Okay, so there's 12 in total, and those 3 did those 4 things.
They declared the world too unstirring, hence wished endless laughter upon the living. Thus, you and I were created, with words and song to weave, and love and intimacy to give. Thus creation was complete. Who then will bear the weight of humanity's souls, to lighten the steps of the living as a whole? Oh, great Kephali, all-knowing father of stature so tall, yet low does their gaze willingly fall. With light of dawn heavy upon their shoulders, golden ichor spills unto the land, forming the boiling river that flows through the legacies of heroes who take their stand.
Huh?
has.
Don't worry, that's just our rescue. Time to get up, everyone!
Fine, I guess I'll not explore anything. They haven't even given me any treasure chests in this area. It's so rude. What magnificent creatures.
These large, mild-mannered creatures are called dromas. They're humanity's most loyal companions. We'll be relying on them to get us through the rugged mountain roads on the way to the Holy City.
I know it's not the real area, because I only have sustenance anchors instead of warp stars.
Dromas are very docile. Even first-time riders can steer them easily. Here, give it a try. Remember to hold the reins tight.
You see all the white shells jutting out from the droma's limbs and plan to use them as footholds. The droma's let a dissatisfied growl and easily tosses you several meters away.
I forgot to mention, don't touch their white stone humps. When the Earth Titan blessed these creatures, it said they also stuffed their ill tempers into these humps.
See? Easy, wasn't it? Everyone, how did you find our lyre performance earlier? We've been in exile for many days and haven't touched our instruments in a long time. I fear our skills have grown rusty, and we've made a spectacle of ourselves.
No, not at all. Your performance was wonderful, sir.
It's been a long time since we sat together like that and sang ancient ballads to our heart's content. I'm grateful to all of you for reminding me of those glorious and peaceful times. Looking back now, I admit I was too stubborn. Perhaps you really can save Amphorius from its doom. Just like how the four of you heroes saved our very lives and faith today.
Suffering's bad for your health, and it won't help your faith much either. That's why it's our inherent duty as Chrysos heirs to free everyone from suffering. It's also the reason for the Holy City Akima's existence. The only human city left in our present day.
Hey now, don't be so serious. You're bringing the mood down. Anyway, in short, the Holy City is absolutely safe. Everything will be fine once we get there. Is everyone properly seated? Then we're off! Next stop, Akuma!
I was really hoping to already have Mim at this point. I like how they were like, yeah, this city is totally safe. And like the very first thing that we see is how it's just not safe.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Can I? Okay, good.
Or devils. I'll crush them all.
I'll end your misery.
into misery.
One of two.
Who's next?
Stay put!
I can't thank you enough.
Serenity is before me.
What a headache. I'll enter misery. Don't mess with me. I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. I'll enter misery. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Who's next?
Get there!
Tormented doubt, farewell.
What a headache.
Welcome, customers.
Get there!
You both fought so bravely. Are you Chrysos heirs from a foreign land?
I mean, kind of, I guess.
Please, I beg of you, save Akima. The Mad King Encoder has returned. Look, there's strife and conflict everywhere.
I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. New period fiction tomorrow? 6 weeks already? Yeah. I mean, it kind of always doesn't really feel like it, because you only really get new stuff every 2 weeks. It's just a different thing every 2 weeks. So it was the Apocalyptic Shadow and the Memory of Chaos. Stay calm and leave this to us. You must hurry and find shelter.
Thank you. Your comrades are fighting inside the city. Fate will guide you to them.
I expected the holy city to be a strong sanctuary, but things are less peaceful than I thought. Let's stay here and lend our support on the battlefield. These are all good things to bring up. They're just minions. My Cloud Hymn magic will be sufficient. Our priority now is to find Finon.
The main road's been blocked off.
Oh, that was easy. Found her.
Don't panic. Leave this to us. I summon the Oryx!
Lift the curtain of memory and stir up the ripples of the past reverie.
Lift the curtain and stir up ripples of past reverie.
I was able to do the thing. Press and hold L2 to activate the prayer and rewind time. How's the situation?
It's you two. I'm sorry we got you involved again. I never expected Nikedor to lead an army and launch a surprise attack on the Holy City at a time like this. They and Kefali have always been mortal enemies. Now they've gone mad like a vicious beast. You have my gratitude. Thankfully, Akuma is not completely unprepared. The prophecy had warned us about this. This is a catastrophe, but it's not the end.
Mr. Noldus and the others have gone to seek shelter. Leave the rest to us. You should evacuate along with the citizens.
Nah. I thirst for battle.
I don't doubt your skills, but... Very well, but please remain by my side. These pests can't hurt you, but our companions, those known as the Chrysos heirs, their attacks do not discriminate between friend and foe.
Alright, this is an actual place that I can teleport to. Oh wait, no it's not. Darn it. Alright, so that's another way of saying that there's nothing interesting for me to pick up here.
Oh, Kefali, throne of worlds, please end your long silence and grant humanity protection.
Well, they're not even destructible objects. Or like technique containers.
No. It's very safe here. The prophecy has already revealed that the light of Kefali will shine upon all.
Watch! No one will die! The heroes will protect the city!
Leave them be. Just as Mr. Noldus reveres Yanis, faith is all some people have left in a world teetering on the brink of collapse. To honor their faith is the sacred duty of the Chrysos heirs. Minions of strife, you shall not harm these people!
Man, you gotta love the actual mix of combat and story. I guess I'll waste a little bit of energy here.
I can't thank you enough. In this mortal form.
Watch over you and guide you on your path.
Only one wave? Okay.
Out farewell.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
They should have brought more enemies.
Bodies everywhere. How could so many enemies have made it to the front gates? Where were the city guards?
Oh, Eve. We're back.
3 trippies?
We are Trian. We are Trinan. We are Trivi. Wait. No. Now is not the time for introductions.
The surprises never cease.
D has been trading blows with the main forces for what feels like forever. From the skies to the city. Hurry up and assist him.
I knew it. He gets reckless once he gets the urge to kill. I'm relying on you three to handle the task of getting the citizens to safety.
Don't worry. With us here, we can just use the Sentry Gate to whoosh the people to the safest place in Emporius. Wouldn't that be Akuma? Stop messing around and help the people! Anywhere is fine. Just send them to some
Don't worry. Although they are a little childish, the trio are experienced Chrysos heirs, and one of the pillars of Akama. Therefore, they can definitely be trusted. Well, let's keep on moving then.
How much do I really want to fight these guys? Can I just get you guys to follow? Ow, I got ambushed. I'm gonna cheat though, because I don't feel like getting ambushed.
I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Oh no, I didn't have enough damage.
Let's be friends.
I'm gonna hold everyone back again. Protect me.
It's just two of them, right?
This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path. Serenity is before me.
Who's next? Don't mess with me. I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Who's next?
Eliminate the enemies on the main road and leave the rest to the Holy City's guards. They're all trained and experienced elites.
Okay, yeah. I was trying to think to myself, like, how can I more quickly go through this? And then I remembered. I could do this.
Let's see.
Okay, those aren't real enemies.
All together.
I could take 10 of you. Here you go, Master.
Time to reap. Cannot hide. Thus dark.
Time to show you what I can reap. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards. What's this?
I hit the mark. Ah.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable! Never hesitate!
Yeah.
Too slow.
Awesome. Now what's this?
The glass had been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off. On.
Right in the heart of death. Time to lose.
You'll make good. Yeah.
Hedge your bets.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable! Yeah, it's over already. Fast enough for you?
Lord Finan! You're finally here. Quick, save the Grand Craftsman. He's surrounded by enemies.
Well, sure.
What?
Who's Grand Craftsman?
Tonus! Hang in there!
Chartinus?
Sus heirs, please protect us. Sus heirs, please.
He's fast.
Carelessness will be your downfall. Deliver.
That's my day.
Mere child's play. A true fight between us would shatter them with the aftershocks alone. Who are you?
Enough, Mighty. Are you trying to destroy the Holy City?
Like a shadow.
Ready to shine. Nice job.
Time to reap. You cannot hide. Darkness junk.
Watch your head.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off. Watch your head.
You're falling apart on
That
your
was
own.
not very much energy.
Never hesitate.
They actually die too quickly.
Time to lose.
I can take 10 of you. Yeah.
Sure, I'll play along.
Fangs and claws got the fear me, so it's not fear. I won't.
Like, I don't really get to show off all the cool stuff that this team does because they kind of just die in every time I take an action.
Fine on.
I'm glad that you're okay. As for you, Mighty, if I'm not mistaken, shouldn't your responsibility be protecting the citizens?
What is that supposed to mean? Who are you implying isn't a citizen here?
Don't evade the question. Aglaya told us to
It's
protect
Aglaya, not
the
Aglaya.
citizens.
Okay, Aglaya.
Are you ignoring what she said?
It is you who forgot the second half of her words. Her original words were, protect the citizens and eliminate the invaders. The crisis in the Holy City will be resolved once we've eliminated Encoder. Speaking of which, since you've never considered the pair over there to be citizens, they seem to fit the definition of invaders.
Try your luck. What do you mean?
The three priests of Yanis share the same appearance and mind, and their senses are also interlinked. The Occamans have long been aware of your presence and what you have been doing. You trust him that much? I suggest you think twice.
Provoking your allies at such a critical juncture. Whose side are you on?
From the moment we first met, I already told you that regardless of whether it's in the past or in the future, the people of Kremnos will never agree to make peace with the likes of you. As the successor of Kremnos, I, Mighty, am not able to act independently on such matters. Furthermore, things have escalated to a point where I must warn you, esteemed guests, that your host is anything but proficient in the ways of hospitality.
Enough. The time for internal strife now is
That was a Yoda speaker.
still on the offense. The Mad King is and must be stopped by the Chrysos heirs.
I have not forgotten about what needs to be done. Stand down. I'm more than capable of taking care of what's ahead by myself. As for you, Encoder is in the Marmorial Palace. Glaya told me to stay out of it. So, go ahead. Deliver.
Maide is like, has this personality trait that's become a lot more popular lately. I think the most common example of this would be Bakugo from My Hero Academia, where it's just like, I'm a good guy, but I'm like not a good guy, you know?
I don't need you to tell me that.
You. What's your
I'm the
name?
Galactic Baseballer.
Is Is that not also strange?
Well, that's the Chrysos heirs. Feared as heroes by the masses, but still imperfect mortals at their core.
What is it, outsider? Do you fear the Lance of Fury's raging flames? Or perhaps you'd care to spar with me?
Avoid getting too serious with Mighty, because he means every word he says.
What, and I don't?
That is true. Of this, you can be assured.
I'm sorry. We were not quick enough.
It's not too late. Leave it to us. Go, Finon.
Thankfully, no one was hurt. I hope that Mighty doesn't act on his words. After all, he's an exemplary fighter. If he's dead set on doing things his way, I fear not a soul could prevent it. Not even myself.
I don't see any more residents. Have they all been evacuated?
Yes, Treby acted with haste. This is Marmorial Market, the most important residential and living area in the Holy City. Pushing through by force would undoubtedly result in needless casualties. But now our backup is here.
Lord Finon and the two guests.
Did you just kill those enemies? Okay, they didn't kill them.
When I heard your footsteps, I thought death was already writing my final chapter before my heroic journey had even begun. Miss Castorus?
An abrupt ending to an epic that has barely begun might also amaze the people. But today, Lord Finon, Akuma needs you.
Well, if the mortician of the Holy City says I'm needed, then it sounds like I'm gonna live through this mess.
Well, that isn't for me to decide. All I can do is clear the obstacles and guide you to the place of Nikador's descent. Dear guests, if you would, I'd like you to please follow me. And kindly keep 5 paces distance.
Don't get close or I'll accidentally kill you.
In the face of death, life will also cause hesitation to arise. I am the shadow of death.
What an incredible aura. We haven't even seen her dragon yet. I mean, I feel like I could have taken them all as well if I just used my technique and gathered them all up.
Who are difficult to subdue by
After the first, like, 5 battles, I'm pretty sure that would have insta-wiped them every wave. Because the technique gets stronger the more enemies you gather up. Oh, and now here's these bosses. These guys might be tough enough for me to actually use my Motsa properly.
No, I'm nobody's attendant.
You can try to avoid and hide it. But you obviously came from the world of the dead. Akuma, Chrysos heirs. What cowards. We live by loyalty and glory. Well,
I'm not quite sure what's going on with my game here.
and deceit.
I'm so glad that you're not my history teacher. How much can we trust the words of someone who has sunk so deep into madness? However, if you're standing here out of loyalty and glory, then I shall draw my blade and grant you a warrior's end.
It's a good thing there wasn't anything that I wanted to, like, you know, pause the thing on. It's happened to you as well? Okay, so it's like a server down thing. I was thinking about ending soonish, like I wanted to end before now. I thought that basically as soon as we got to Emphorius, we were going to get the Remembrance Trailblazer, and I could like start building off stream. But I'll at least go until midnight 30.
The scent of
It changes with changelessness. Your shadow.
I could take 10 of them. Nice job.
time to reap. Cannot hide. Darkness charge.
Time to show you what I Azure Dragon White Tiger.
This team is so broken. What?
I venture forth forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
No dirty trick.
Watch your head.
Oh, that's not good.
The dice have been cast, but... Or maybe I'll take it all. All in.
Darkness charge.
The fearless knows not fear. Trap!
Watch your head.
I won't do.
You'll make good practice. Yeah.
Fight the shadow. Time to lose.
Show me what you can never hesitate.
As you wish.
Lady Aglaya once said that your time is extremely valuable and shouldn't be wasted on unnecessary conflict. I have the power to lay them to rest.
I was about to say the same. It's pointless to waste your strength on these pawns. Let's go. It's time to face strife.
Once there, you must turn into birds and fly toward the final battlefield.
Miss Castris, why aren't you joining us?
I must stay here and ensure that these soldiers do not destroy the city. Although faith is more important to the vast majority, there are still quite a number of citizens who care more about their worldly possessions.
I understand, but
There is no need for worry. The citizens have already been evacuated, and the only living things in the vicinity are the three of you. As Lady Aglaya instructed, no civilians will be affected by this.
do excuse my impropriety. Well then, I'll see you later, Miss Castris.
Then, could you all quietly leave?
We'll leave this place to Miss Castris then. Let's get a move on.
I almost died. I would have walked up to talk to her.
Memorial Palace, Lance of Fury, Encoder. They're all there in the distance.
Is that your stomach growling? What a horrifying battle cry. Is that a Titan?
That battle cry once crushed all in its path. It knocked down foes and allies alike, leaving people as fragile as reeds in a gale. My limbs trembled uncontrollably as my weapon clattered to the ground. I could hear nothing but the frenzied and shameful beating of my own heart. Fear. This is why the Strife Titan is revered. If a warrior can face this terror and still step forward, no trial thereafter can shake the weapon in their hand. You two, If you wish to retreat, this is your final chance to do so.
It's fine. I've already died a number of times before. It's fine. He's already died a number of times before. Those are separate matters.
Looks like the both of you have indeed braved many dangers.
We have no interest in the Titan rights. As trailblazers, lending a helping hand to an unfamiliar world is simply our duty.
Trail? What an interesting concept. Surely on your world there must also be a Titan which is revered by the masses.
Akavili, Idrilla, Fuli, yeah.
There's no need to further confirm your resolve. We shall soon cross swords with the embodiment of strife. And yet, faced against this menacing threat, your resolve only gleams more intensely. Let's get going. In the era when Kefali had not yet fallen silent, none could stand as their equal. Today, we inherit the duty of the gods, safeguarding the inhabitants of Amphorius. Stand with me and become heroes!
Rotate the clues, symbol the progress bar, quickly move to that target.
Deathly silence is the proud residence of Nikador's war drums. Behind this watery veil awaits the arena of conflict.
And I'm not allowed to explore anything or do anything. So I guess we'll just go for it.
Stay strong. Recall your convictions and everything you hold dear. If you can't do that, then think of death. For doing so might actually keep you alive.
Wait, that spear looks like the kind that pierced the Express.
Careful! They look different from what I remember. Weaker. So, more distorted?
I'll just hit him now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's not enough. 4.
Can't lose this one.
Show me what you can do. I'll give you 5 seconds.
Time to reap. Where the wind whispers, you cannot hide. All in.
Too slow.
Darkness, charge. Darkness, charge.
Why is this like... I'm so surprised at how effective this team is.
Time to show you what I can really do. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, eating less carbs. Watch this!
Darkness, charge.
Unstoppable!
Better not underestimate me.
Darkness, charge.
Skills polished, ready to shine. That's how a true master does it.
dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Okay.
I venture forth to hunt.
Follow-up teams are broken in this. Like every time I use an attack, it just lowers this thing by some number. Like, does it go down by 2 again?
Like the shadow. Like a shadow.
Fangs and claws got dull.
God!
I'll extinguish you! Core flame, Titan! Charge!
Time to show you what I can really do. Azure Trek.
Just in case, I'll finish it off with this.
This is not the true Encoder, just one of his many godly forms. The core flame isn't here.
New allies of Okima, welcome to Amphorius. While this welcome banquet is far from elegant, it has helped to remove any misgivings that we had. From this moment forth, you shall be treated as distinguished guests of the Holy City and of the Chrysos as...
What about her gaze? I didn't really see anything weird about it. I go back and stream. Is she supposed to be blind? I guess. I don't see pupils in her eyes. Is someone on focus? Could it be that?
Curious about my eyesight? Well, I'm not blind. On the contrary, I can see much more than the typical person. Those with golden blood always have something extraordinary about them. For me, it's perception. I don't need light to measure the
So she
world.
is blind.
The wind carries messages along golden threads, delivering countless sensations to my fingertips. Just like how at this present moment, the virtues possessed by the both of you have turned into a warm current that pleases my skin.
She was just speaking metaphorically.
A manifestation of Encoder. Could it be that my trial has not arrived yet?
By following the threads of fate, you have begun to write the opening chapter of your story. How do you feel?
Well, truth be told, I don't feel any different. I anticipated a greater challenge. When Trian followed those escaped soldiers, was that part of the plan too?
Naturally. We have long foreseen this attack and didn't intend to waste such a golden opportunity. After Encoder succumbed to madness, their fortress disappeared into the fog, with no one being able to ascertain its location anymore. However, now that they have acted out of character and attacked Arkema of their own accord, then the Holy City shall also uncover their hiding place and sound the horn of retaliation.
What an intricate plan indeed. I gave my word that after the situation stabilized, I would reveal all about Amphorius to our allies. However, given that Akama has just barely survived a calamity, and there are still many shaken citizens who need comfort, Aglaya, would you mind taking care of this in my stead?
Distinguished guests,
Since you have spared no effort in aiding the Holy City, I will naturally take care of you as well. I've woven many unforeseen events into the tapestry of fate. This is but one instance.
You two can find me at Marmorial Market after you've grown tired of listening to her tales. In any case, I owe you my hospitality.
Now then, where should we begin?
Could you give us some time? We'd like to get back to our mission now that the situation has calmed down. We want to lay down a beacon for the Trailblaze here. I assure you this will not bring any repercussions to Akuma. Think of it as a ceremony when traveling to someplace new.
Beacon of the Trailblaze.
The warp gates.
No problem. Go ahead.
With a space anchor to Amphorius, we've taken part in yet a giant step on the path of Trailblaze. A few more, maybe we can reconnect with the Express.
Your journey. I grow more and more curious about your cause. But please, let me first properly extend my hospitality to you. The conversation we must have will likely be quite lengthy, so why don't we go somewhere more suitable?
Lengthy? I don't know about that. I'm trying to go to bed. Alright, we got our one achievement. Am I allowed to leave? I am allowed to leave. Alright, let's leave. New content available. How? How is there new content available? Okay, there isn't really new content. It's just that I did it all on my phone, I guess, and now it's what's it called? So that was like pretty chill. The fact that they only had 12 stacks to get rid of, but given that you increase your glory by using skills and ultimates, there could be a boss with an arbitrarily large number, like 50 or 100 even. Oh, that's how it always goes, doesn't it? Hey there, John Pika the musician. You're rating us, but we're like about to end the stream right now. We've been going for like a little over 3 hours. Oh. What were you playing, Pika? Obtain the Miracle Orb, or enter the Miracle Orb's illumination radius. Learn about RX's prayer. I was really hoping to get Remembrance Trailblaze so I can like level them up and then maybe use them on a couple of teams, because I think they might be the key to finishing some in-game content. 30% damage bonus would be kind of nice. How's it going? The gaming, Ibid, and Pika. Ooh. In the battle against Fury Praetor, deal the finishing blow as you destroy its war armor. In a single battle against Savage God Mad King, attain a maximum of 2 stacks of glory for all ally characters. In a single battle against destroy the war armor and Titanic Corpus. Okay. Hey there, Ancient One. We were playing the Classrooms. It's a very scary game. It's like one of those point and click scary games. I think you're gonna join for Splatfest. Was that past, present, future? Which one is what's the new Splatfest? I haven't really been following the Splatfest, but I know that this one came a lot sooner than most people expected. Let's do one final 10 pull. Because I might stream tomorrow, but this is the last guaranteed stream before Herta goes away. We're gonna check our pity real quick. I'm pretty sure that I'm at like 40, maybe 50. 20, 25, 30, 35, 35 pity. That is, oh, the chocolate's dark milk or white. I would go for milk. 35, so this is gonna be 45 pity. Still unlikely. But it means that we're 45 pity in for the next guarantee character that we want to get, which so far I haven't decided who it's going to be. Getting another Moza would be nice. Poised to Bloom. I actually do need more copies of that. Nice, got another Moza. I think that's E5. Not bad. I might actually finish building out my Moza. Like, he's doing pretty decent damage on his talent. Because he's almost maxed out, but I don't think... Oh, okay, I actually did give him my Quantum Set Relics. That makes sense why he was actually doing damage. So he actually has decent stats. 62% crit rate, 100 crit damage, 140 speed. Yep, E5 Moza.
Every shadow on the Yao Qing could be me.
Increase the damage multiplier of the follow-up attack by 25%. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, wait. For every... Okay, never mind. Well... Does it do both the additional damage and also the follow-up? Because the additional damage is like every time an ally attacks, which is already kind of crazy because when I use my Fei Shao with March, that's 4 attacks. I use skill, talent, or Eidolon, follow-up, talent. So that's like 120% of his attack stat right there. What? It really depends. Increase the damage multiplier of the talent's follow-up attack. So not the additional attack, it's just the follow-up attack. That's not as good. Because increasing this by 25% would make it go from 33 to 58, and that'd be insane. But going from like 176 to 201. That's still pretty good. The 12% increase. Depending on how long it takes, you could be a couple seconds to get the 120%. No, it won't be that much. Because if I'm running him on the team that I had, which, let me show that team off. I'm surprised I haven't built that team yet. Okay, well let's replace Topaz here.
I will fight alongside you until the very end.
So like, he skills, and then that's one, and then he probably can ultimate, so that's already one hit, and then Facial skills, that's another one. Facial follows up, March follows up, Facial March follows up. So then that's already 4 attacks. And I'm pretty sure that when he uses his ultimate, that counts as a takedown from the 9, and then it also forces a follow-up attack at the same time. I've been wanting to play Honkai Star Rail. It's on mobile. Download it on your phone. And when you do, let me find... I think there's some sort of like code I can give you. No, actually, never mind. I think that code is for returning players, not for new players. Yeah, this is a returning Trailblazers, not new ones. So you can just like play at your own pace. And if you get stuck, you know, I stream this game all the time. You can stop by and ask questions. I had a PS5 for almost a year, so I haven't turned it on once. I mean, I guess it depends on what games you've got, right? Like, I had a PS5 for a bit, because, like, the thing is, you can't just, well, I don't know about now, but when I got my PS5, you had to, like, go onto their website and sign up to have to get it, and then they would email you saying, hey, you can buy it now, and then you just had to buy it. Otherwise, you'd lose your spot in line, and you wouldn't be able to have a PS5. So I had a PS5 for a couple of months before I could actually had a game that I wanted to play on it, because I bought it in preparation for Final Fantasy 16 to come out in like June, but I got my PS5 in like November or something like that. I did buy like 1 or 2 games just to kind of like not have an expensive console lying around that was useless. Yeah, we were actually just ending the stream, so I gotta get to bed. My daughter's gonna wake up in like 2 hours, and I gotta get some rest before then. Unfortunately, did not get Remembrance Trailblazer. I'm probably like 5 minutes away from it now, because, you know, as soon as you stop, that's exactly when it was supposed to come to you. But we will continue sometime this week, maybe tomorrow. If you enjoyed the stream, be sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe. We'll have more Star Rail later this week. And Smash After Work on Thursday. Unite on Saturday. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care, and goodbye.